worked for everybody, Casemiro, hasn't it? Because Real Madrid wanted to move him on because they wanted to bring in some younger players, but Manchester United desperately needed somebody of his experience in the position that he is.
Yeah,
everybody wins here.
He's been a huge signing. Over the last few years, looking at Man United, particularly in around the middle of the park, they've lacked a quality player, a big personality, a guy with a bit of presence. Again, he's a top quality player. We see it week in, week out. He affects games. Before he came, there was this kind of perception that he was a sitting midfielder because obviously he was working with different players, with Real Madrid players who were more attack-minded, but we now have seen throughout the last few months he's got so much quality as well going forward in terms of a final pass, and he's getting goals as well as been very, very good defensively. So a huge signing for Man United, and he looks like a really big personality, which United needed.
How do you sum up your team's win and performance?
I thought first half, first 60 minutes, was a really good performance. I think we totally dominated the game and we were really composed in possession with good moments where we accelerate. And we already first half we had some good opportunities, chances. I think also a goal. What's it's a goal? I don't know why is this allowed. And then after half time was very quickly was it 2-0 and then game was goal.
Yeah, 2 goals from Casemiro. He's made such an impact here, but has he made more of an impact than you expected, especially offensively?
Yes, we know he's a great player, and on that midfield in Madrid with Kroos and Modric, it was great.
Didn't score as many goals, it seems, though, as he is at the moment.
No, but I think he's capable of, and we see also offensive. He has a part, and I think he enjoys it as well when he can come in. And what I like is so dynamic football with variations, with many position switches. So we have to let the opponent think so that we can take benefit of it.
And what about Anthony tonight? He's had maybe at times a bit of criticism for his start to his United career, but what did you make of his impact tonight?
I think he is growing. We want him to be also more dynamic, more variable and more direct. And you see today, I think it was a lovely pass on the first goal. There was a good combination, Brazilian combination, Anthony Casemiro. So we are happy with his improvement in this moment, but I still has more to come, and I think he's capable of it. I think it's a big potential in him, and he has to develop it every day.
Eric, before the game, we talked about Paul Ince, the Manchester United player, and we also reflected on Erik ten Hag, the young boy who wanted to be a manager. So talk to us about this, Johan Cruyff and co, and there you are. What do you remember of Erik ten Hag, the 13-year-old boy?
Long time ago, it's great. Johan Cruyff, I think he had such an impact on Mondial football, like Pelé and Beckenbauer and Maradona.
But what about you here and what you're saying? How do you reflect on that?
Oh yeah, it's my character, obviously, who I am. I think I was brave, and I want to be a good football player, and I want to learn. And when you have the moment with Johan Cruyff, you take that moment.
And what do you think Johan Cruyff would make of your progress?
He's a big inspirator, and how you have to play football. Johan Cruyff is not only about winning games. Obviously, he's a great winner, and he won a lot in his career, but also in a certain way, in an adventure way, in an attacking way, and always with creative solutions. And I think he's a big inspirator for many of them, definitely for me.
And that's the aim now for what you've got to achieve here?
To winning titles. We are here for trophies, but we have a long way to go, and we are building, and we have to invest a lot and work hard.
Eric, thank you very much. Well done tonight.
You're welcome.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Well, of course, Cruyff an inspiration to Erik ten Hag. You can see that, and they're in good hands, aren't they? Here, there's a good feeling about Old Trafford at the moment.
It's a good fit with him, I think. His personality, the way he's coming across, his interview there. He's obviously, we've mentioned it earlier. He's Dutch. He's got a lot of confidence, but there's a lot of humility there. The fact he's done about his interview, he said he still wants to learn. That's a great message to everybody at the club.
Absolutely. OK, let's hear from Paul Ince then and his reflections on Reading's defeat with Gabriel.
Paul, how do you reflect on things? Your team holding United for almost the best part of an hour.
Yes, you've got to be proud of the players. Listen, you know when you come to places like Old Trafford, you're going to have to ride your luck. And I think the first half, they had some near misses, put balls into their box. They'd one disallowed. You know, so, I mean, it's the first time I've actually managed under VAR, so I was quite pleased with it in the first half. And this year, you've got to ride your luck at the, you know, if you're going to get anything from this game. So to go in at 0-0, you know, gave us a belief. And we had a chance to sport it back into the first half. That goes in, we go and winning 1-0. But listen, we give them the goal. Poor marking from our midfield, let Casemiro run through. Wonderful finish, and all of a sudden, you know, the fans are up for it. You know, they're on the centre seat, and then it's tough for us then.
Yeah, did you feel a bit let down by Andy Carroll tonight?
I don't think let down's the word. I think, you know, I think if you look at the first one, you know, over in the corner, it wasn't actually a foul. You know, the linesman's not even flagged for it. Actually, the Man United players are walking away and giving us a 4-goal kick. You know, and the referee couldn't wait to get his yellow card out. He really, really couldn't. Disappointing referee. But then after that, he makes a foul on Ericsson, you know, and then he's kind of got to be careful then. And then the last one, yeah, I think he tries to pull out. But once you've been booked, you know, you can't be making those tackles. So, and again, Man United played on, referee couldn't wait to turn around and give him a second yellow card. And to be fair, we probably played better when we came in after that, you know, because we had to. We had to go for it, but to try and get back in the game.
What about your reception back here?
Yeah, reception's reception, isn't it? It's great, you know what I mean? You know, to come back here, it's been a long time since I've been here, but listen, you know, it wasn't about my reception. It was about the players and, you know, and the fans, 3,000 fans that travelled up. And, you know, I'm proud of the players, the way they played, the way they fought. They never gave in. You know, they never let their fans down. It's a long journey up here, especially on a Saturday night. Never got to go back, so hopefully the fans are proud of us. But we've got to take that now into our games against Watford on Saturday.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Cheers, Gabriel.
Well, he got a really good reception, didn't he? And that was really good to hear and see down here, because he did so much for this
And
club.
rightly so.
Yeah.
Rightly so. He deserves it. And the United fans again showed a bit of class tonight.
Yeah.
They do give ex-players a good reception there, and it was well deserved. And he was spot on about his team. I think they stuck at it. It was a hard night for him. They stuck at it, and it shows great spirit.
Let's have a quick look at Manchester United's fixtures in February. They've got the squad to deal with this. They are playing every 3 or 4 days. You love that, though, Joby, don't you? There's not much training to do. You're just playing football matches, which is what you want to do.
Oh, absolutely. Particularly when you're playing and getting the results there at the moment. You want these games just to keep coming around. And when you look at that run there, it is a very, very favourable one. Obviously, 2 huge games against Leeds. You know, we know the rivalry there, but certainly as a run of games, you know, they're winnable games.
They're back-ish, Manchester United, aren't they?
Well, they kind of are. When you look at those, there's some very exciting games. I kind of saw the Barcelona games there as well. You know, what you want is the team to be playing well so they can go into those games with momentum, and then, you know, you never know what can happen there.